Good evening, Twitch. It is I, Atlas Chief, and we are back at it once again with Chiefdom Painta-Palloza, take 2 in the Warhammer world, as we are doing some model assembly and painting today. And yes, this is my most recent work, finished the Hecaton Land Fortress. It is the biggest model that the Leagues of Votan can currently bring out to bear. You know, he's got his ion beamers on the side, all prepped and nice. Yes, gloriousness. Then we have our little auto gun here that can go bert bert. And he even took the time to magnetize it. That way, if I feel like changing out the main gun, all I gotta do is boop and put on a new one. And yes, the turret does still swivel to take this SP conversion beamer to the next level, yes. And so today, we are not showing off the Hecaton Land Fortress. We are looking at our newest addition to our army. Yes, recently purchased on this Friday day that I had off, that I didn't have to work. Shit, motherfucker. Uno momento. Go back in your hole. Go back from whence you came. There we go. Nice and snug. There we go. Beamer is okay. Alright, so putting this back up onto the side to where we do not need it. We are doing a league at the moment. For everyone's knowledge of it all, we are doing a wondrous league, which is a crusade force in which that's what we're doing at the moment. So it is a wondrous time, and it's like, yes, it inspires me to paint and assemble more, and I do actually have a small pile of shame, which is not a lot larger than most people's. It's it consists of approximately 6 or 7 units, but the army we're building up to is getting to 2,000 points. Now, I plan on potentially selling one of my armies to fund the more quick time purchases of my army. But so, we are building, here we are, the Scythonian Berserks, yes. Mwahaha! Giant men with giant power mauls or plasma axes, and one that's gonna go ding ding with 2 giant automaton concussion gauntlets. And with that said, let us open up our beautiful book to the page 1. Now, I will be putting some music on in the background. And it looks like to no avail that I have gotten a beverage of some sort. So, that is fine. We shall strive to do better and live. So, without further ado, readjust this on the screen so I can look up and see the beauteousness that is our stream. Get live and updated. So yes, we are here. Stage 1. Find parts 1, 2, and 3 of our first Berserker. Now, these are Berserks. They are spelt in a unique way. Or no, Berserks. Scythonian. The Games Workshop does this sort of thing to, for lack of a better term, they do it so that they can copyright the name, making it harder and more difficult for us to do hobbying things without hitting copyright bullshit. Ah, there you are, numero dos, the main body of the first Berserk. So yes, so what I generally will do is I will build out my troops and paint as I go. The reason why I do this is so that I can get all the nooks and crannies. Stabby pointy object. Screw you, plastic. Out of my way. And so I will assemble this first portion of it, paint the legs and the arms and everything on it, which is, you guys are going to kind of see the method to my madness and of my assembly. So yeah, it's not super crazy. It's actually pretty good. I feel that I get more details found out of it Those small ones here that I'm adding are for little tiny bits for the drills popping up from underneath the terrain, because this unit can actually be equipped with what is called a mole grenade launcher, which has a 24-inch range and can be fired at units you cannot see. So it just goes underneath the train and goes, surprise, motherfucker! And explosions! But there we go. Let's get some music going on the background. Just turn down the music just a little bit, where it's more in the background. Now, I can still do this. I can speak with the music on because I'm not solely stealing it. I'm being additive to the music. So they can't say it's... They shouldn't be able to say that I'm stealing their work and using it to profit off of it. Which currently, at the moment, I'm sadly not making any profit. I'm doing this as a pure passion project at the moment, and I'm perfectly fine with it being that. As we are nearing, and this will be a fun thing, we started streaming last year. And for, I'd say, about the first 6 months, I streamed only on Fridays, I only streamed on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I only streamed on the weekends, so as to not interfere with my work day, my work week, and so like I could do things during the weekday. But as I started doing more streaming, I finally said, you know what? Enough pussyfooting around. Let's dive in. Let's dive in and do it. Because I wanted more. I wanted more power. More power, yes. Yes, we have this here. So, this first one has the option of going and doing like 3 different weapon systems. You've got a plasma axe, a concussion maul, or a concussion fists. So, in game, I will be saying that yes, they're all there. This is only to denote the sergeant, which... Ta-da! About the Sithonian Berserks. They don't have a sergeant. Very well. But I'm still going to make it because then I have the options of it. You know? So it's there, look at him. It has these punchy fists, but he's going to be pointed out and equipped because it's a unique sculpt that I wanted to have. Alright, so we have cleaned off. Well, we have cleaned it off, the first portion, the first 3 bits off of the sprue. Now we're going to come in here, and you can use an X-Acto knife or a modeling tool of your own choice. This little tool here, I inherited from my Grandma Jerry when she passed. She was an avid oil painter. She painted with oil paints, and my cousin has quite a bit of her collection, actually has the majority of her artwork. And my grandma is actually the one that taught me how to paint. And it's one of those to where I feel like when I paint the models, I'm kind of closer to her, that manner of speaking. As it's kind of spicing it up with that beautiful artwork, which is a controversial thing nowadays, considering that AI art is there. So, if there is an image that an AI is using for reference, this is my personal opinion. My personal opinion. The AI must have, and or the owner of said AI must have the written legal permission by the original artist to use their work as a reference for the AI's brain, for AI's patterns. And that individual should be fairly compensated for their work. I do not see AI art as a bad thing. It's just, if you're using non-free use materials, you must get their artist's work. You have to get their permission, and then you have to pay them. And a lot of people are like, oh, but AI and artists, and because AI was originally kind of proposed to take a lot of shit out of the production. Take humans out of productions. The biggest problem is you have to convert 2D programming into a 3-dimensional space to do the same work as another art, to do the same thing as that a human can do just standing there and doing it. Not bad, but not good. So, yeah. hope that makes sense. I hope it does. I think it does. Because we're replacing humans with AI, which is not a bad thing in some instances, but it's also not a good thing in some instances. It's a complicated measure. Ah, shit. One moment. I will return. I have forgotten something. I got the paints, I got the brushes, but I forgot the glue. Hi, Freya. Hi, Miss Faye. How are you? All right, I've got my glue. Yes, all right. Freya, come here. Up. Hey, guys. So this is Freya. Hey, Freya, up here. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to steal you guys for a second. Don't mind the camera switching. Freya, look at her. Look at you, girl. Look at the girl. Look at her preciousness. This is my pupper Freya. Yes, it is. She's the goodest of girls. The goodest of girls. Yes, she is. All right, putting you all back down now. Here we go. Good girl. Go lie down. Lie down. Daddy's working. Well, technically, working is a stretch. All right. That open? All right. Super glue. Mind your fingers. And yes, now you're going to see me sit there and be like, yes, let's get in here and go, yes. Getting it all nice and close up to my face. Hello, Miss Faye. How art thou? Mine kitty cat. She's circling like a shark because Mama's out on the town, as it were. Lack of ow. Nope. Shit ass. Alright. Alright, so. It always, with these ones with the split up bodies in multiple pieces, always is a hard one to deal with. Alright, and yep. Because they are multi-pieced, multifaceted bits. Much. These little guys, but we will do what we can here. Alright, so now we got this, that, the deal. Oh, no. Ah! Now. Alright, come on. It's okay. Okay, we're just trying to get everything in. Trying to put these together. Alright. And now, wait for this one to dry off here. What I'm going to do is, now you see me dabbling with paint. So, these paints, I like to take it and, let's see, paintbrush, yep. With the paintbrush, number 1. So, I do some mild basing, and there are those that do it a lot better and more in depth than I do. But I like trying to keep them together as one. Because as you can see, as I flip through here, there's, 1, 2, 3, there's more ways than just building it. Different ways of building it. So, now we get the other portions of the arms and body. Number 22, 23, and 25 is what we're looking for. Okay. Should be on the same deal. It's been a long week. Long week that I am glad that is kind of at its end, but also at its beginning, as we're starting a new week. Going to be traveling back up to Baxter this week, which is a little bit of a but we're going to be there for a day just to finish up what we can do without anybody else being involved. And then we're going to be putting boxes everywhere. So 23, 25, and 22. Yes. And then 24. All right. So. Down. And these were kind of the ones like I was like, am I going to get these guys? Am I going to get these berserkers? And then I kind of looked at it and like, yeah, I'm going to get these berserkers because they're like another unique part of the faction that I am playing as. And mayhaps one day I might devolve into a mono faction, but this season that's coming up, season 10, or edition 10, I have a feeling that the Lion of Earl Johnson, the Primarch of my Dark Angels Legion, will be returned to me. And to where I'll probably sit there and gladly play them again once I have a Primarch to throw into the list to be like, ha ha ha! I have 40 Terminators and a goddamn motherfucking Primarch, baby. Because honestly, I'm depressed that we have 3. We're going to have 3 Demon Primarchs before we're going to have even 2 Primarchs for the Loyalists. Now you gotta remember and try your best not to scrape all of it off there. And as you can see, I have done some pre-painting. These are not the same color sprues. The plastic sprues, standard plastic sprues look like this. You can tell from the 2 sprues here and here are different colors. This is the base color that I put on for the majority of my models that I've done in a long time. I like putting on a lighter base coat, and you probably can go black to have a darker, grimdark, yeah. But yeah, it's a fun one. It is a fun one. Alright, we have that there. Muscle bound, muscle man. Ah yes, we missed the nib right here. Clean that off. Need to have it sitting on those, which is the belts. Just a nice time. Relax, chat. Yeah, me and my friends were discussing AI art as we do. As you know, every other weekend I have an early morning stream where I've caught actually some of you. But it's perfectly fine. But yes, this will be doing another test out. I did the first Painta-Palloza, and that was fun. I enjoyed painting up the squad number 3 of the boys. Which honestly, with the current Arcs of Omen thing, I probably could. If I went absolute bare bones, I could probably get 9 squads. Oh no, I wouldn't say 9. I'd probably get around 7 to 8 squads of just 10 Hearthkin Warriors for the tabletop. Alright, so first off, we need to put... Oh, okay. This is where they get difficult on you, yes. Alright, so let's try out these one. Oh. It's working. That'll be fine. You can always use it for something else later. But yes. La 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 la. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. La da 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 da. Right, so that's there. Ow. This. Right, come on. Darn it. The glue is not appealing to me. Or it doesn't seem to be super appealing to me. Alright. Getting these stuck together is going to be a pain in the posterior. Too much glue. Or too little. Either or. Alright, so we've got that in. This one in place. Now we have to get this one in place. Oh, nope. See, this is the problem with multi-tarsoed bits. Which I have a love-hate relationship with some of these Votan bits that they've built up here. Some of them are just like, yes, I love the sculpts, I love the thought process behind it, which is nice. They're good models, they're good designs, they're effective, Some of these are like, what in the horseradish were you smoking at this moment in time, gentlemen? Alright, so now we do the back. Means we hold on to this arm of the torso and yes, hold on. Do a bit of a cleanup. Alright. Doot. Nice amount, a light amount, not going super heavy here. Alright, and that. Alright. No! God damn it. Come on, let's get back up in here. Quick. And this one right here. Alright. Previously stated, we now have it set. There we go. Now we just have to hold it for a bit. Because it doesn't seem like there's enough glue here on the ass. Hold it together. Pull some down here. Out. Melt. Prep this one for number dos. Yeah, it does take some time for these. And you may be wondering why I'm not just painting and throwing these up there. That's perfectly fine to ask. That is a perfectly wondrous question to have. And I will answer that for you in this sense. Oh, all right. All right, 2. The reason why I don't is because of the glue actually destroys the brushes. I have to wait for the glue to dry before I can do more. All right, on to numeros tres. And yes, we'll be flipping back out of the book, which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Yes. All right, and three. Already got his little base made, and as you can see, we changed out for some new paper towels. All right, so 37, 36, and 38. All right, so we are on to the next larger section. Let's just go like this and split it into its chunk, because here we are not. Or, here we are. Perfect. Nib nibs. Nib nibs! There we are. Oh, la la la. Oh, la la la. Oh, la 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 la. Alright. 38. 37. Right. It's been a busy weekend this weekend. I am hoping for a nice, slow weekend this coming weekend. I want a nice, slow weekend for once. 36. There we are. The one with a giant-ass breastplate. Alright, that works. Alright, and 36. Alright, that's alright. That works for me. Works for me, darling. Alright, there's that. That's there, and there. We take care of this one. Alright. One's good. Nice, exciting, interesting, to say the least. Trimming and doing all this is just a nice, cathartic Sunday day. I did postpone last week's one because I wanted to do more of the Grimhammer stuff. I did get a new game, which you all see coming probably Friday. Or maybe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It is new to us, and I kind of want to sit there and play. Yes, I'm being rambling. So, I think we'll keep our sort of stuff dealing with that, because I have missed a week of Diggy Diggy Hole. I don't want to miss my weeks of Diggy Diggy Hole, because I enjoy, absolutely, 100% enjoy playing it. Alright, there. Alright. Okay. Back at it once again. Okay. Now this goes together first. Okay. Makes sense. Got it. Light touches here. Come on. And right there. Boop boop beat. No, mother truck. Boop boop beat oop. And there we go. Oh, no. Stay there. A good boy. Alright, and kind of the same deal. And these guys are actually quite chunky. There it is. Oh, nope. Ah, got some on my finger. So, no, bad. Troublesome. Tiny. And there we go. Alright, there are other arm bits for 1 and 2. Probably could paint them right here, right now. Fine, but good to just sit here. He's nice, solid. Number 3. Base portion assembled. On to number 4. Which is also going to change because this one we have. Okay, so. Ooh, this is going to be complicated. I need 50, 52, 53, and 51. Alright. What do we got? 52 and 50. Pardon? For my belching. A little, but still belch. And you don't need to be just stuck with that impoliteness. Which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine in. Alright. 50, 50. 50? 50. Ah. For 50. 2, 3, 54. So yes, as I had missed Tuesday, because I was out of town, I did have some makeup games earlier today. And I can tell you this, Eldar are fucking crazy. Literally, one of their groups can literally snipe characters. It's a ranger thing. One of their units. They're straight up snipe characters. And I'm sitting here like, why haven't I seen this before or heard about this in the tournament meta? Because most factions have and or live and die around their characters. I tell you that now. 53 and 51. Where is 50? 51. There we are. But yes, we have it's one of those where like the Votan are extremely dependent upon their characters. And the first game I faced off against them, I lost when my characters turn 1. All of them died. Failed saves, just shot to death. Which, not bad. Kudos to my opponent. He is a very smart man, very good guy, pretty dang powerful. As he has quite a slew of armies, and he plays Eldar, the opposite Space Elves. And so then we had the secondary game, which was not bad. We won by pointage. So, I should remember to do that. And that's something I should send to the tournament organizer. So, one moment. So yes, I am in a league, and we're doing a tournament for the crusade that we're in. That's why I'm talking about all of it. And we're keeping track of wins and losses. So I am currently on 4 wins, 0 losses. And this coming week, we are at 50 power level, which basically means we have 50% of our total power that's going to be out on the field with us at this moment. And it is going to be a absolute slog fest.
slugfest because we're probably only going to get one game done this week, considering the size of each of opponent's army, and I'm working on one of the squads that I'm bringing right mother trucking here. So there's one set of models that I'm gonna try and get built as quickly as possible. Excuse me as I scratch my wrist. All right, so we've gone over and double checked nibs and areas and other stuff to make sure that we have a nice clean surface. Now we just have to find it. Ooh, is it this one? And the 58 is it this one? And da 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 da. Yep, right here. Yep. God. Oof. Found it. Not bad. Nice recovery. Yeah, so we do leagues, and Crusade League is more of a narrative play, so it's more of a fun list. For me, it's really branching out and getting up to power with my Leagues of Votan lists. Because, I got the power! But also, it is a rather staunch investment into all of this. Okay. Boom, bada boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to be spending a bit more glue here because we're going to be doing both pieces pretty much simultaneously. Okay, so belt right here. Right, hold these. There we are. Hold that there. Whilst I dab. Oop. Much. Fine. As it dries, it'll be good to go. And props. Oh, shit. Alright. Okay, that's fine. Got it to fit. Now we just have to get our puzzle pieces in line with each other. There we go. And that is number 4. These are actually a lot beefcakier than the other Leagues of Votan models. I don't have one out at the moment besides the characters and other stuff because it's all up in my nice plastic box that you just heard me thudding on. Alright, ooh, shit. No folks. Stop that. No. Back to Dust Music. Which purchased for 2, 4. Alright, good sir. Back to it. Oh shit. Yes, also one of the friends that I used to, sorry about that. That was a lot of hand that you just got to see there. He hasn't seen us and hasn't been able to play because of his work schedule and whatnot. But he joined us. So, first off, 69, 68, and 66 and 67. Okay. Quite the extensive list. So, you have to do the work done. Okay, a lot of work to be done. To come. Alright, so what is this one? 68. We do need 68. But yes, he showed up and he was like, oh, it looks just like your Dark Angels army. It's like, no, they're two entirely different greens. Because my Hearthkin warriors have a large amount of olive drab green. Actually, that's wrong. Yep, so, yeah, no, that was the right one. This right here. A lot of olive green. Instead of the Caliban green, which is a very greenish green. So like right here is some Caliban green, which after some aging and dust sitting up here, it's a little rough, just a little bit. So that's 68. I need 67, yes. 67, yep. But I don't see why most people won't, because there will be some people that don't run with the mole grenade launcher. But I want to have the squad, like, yeah, it's going to be dedicated to, like, this is going to be Hammer Squad. Then I'm going to have another one probably eventually here in the future that's just going to have the plasma axes. Most places don't play as WYSIWYG, so, for those that don't play, WYSIWYG is what you see is what you get. And even then, playing with what you see is what you get, you still have quite the effective force. Quite the effective force to fight with. So that's 68, 67, I need 69, there we are. 69. Giggity, giggity goo. 69, and unser 51. Oh, no, 66. Yes, 66. 66. Right here in the front. And neither of those I am going to use because I don't like how the head looks. I'm hoping they gave me enough Berserker heads because I've got 2 that I'm not going to use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, good. Good. I'm not opposed to seeing the female heads on the models. It's just one of those where I don't like them. It doesn't like. It sound really sexist. I don't like women on the battlefield. I don't play Adeptus Sororitas. I play Space Dwarves. And I don't see, like, granted they are a cloned species, so it shouldn't really fucking matter thematically. But to me, in a realist terms, I don't like seeing women on the battlefield. And not because they can't perform the same. It's just one of those to where, call me traditionalist, but I don't feel like the right. I don't feel like women should be on the battlefield. I just don't. It, and of course it's all heads that I don't want. So, fantastic. Alright, well, that's fine. There's not gonna be a different head. All the heads are the same. Ta-da! It's it. Yes, I feel like women do have their place in the military, but I don't feel like they should be in combat. And that's just me being more of a traditionalist, which is perfectly fine. Changing over to a new list for us to listen to. And today we are having a bit of a shorter stream, as we're I gotta go back up to Baxter tomorrow, as previously stated, so gonna have to wake up a bit early to get there on time so I can get work done. Yeah. Right. Okay, there we go. Just going through, double checking the trimmings as always. Now this is the Going Medieval soundtrack that we're currently listening to here in the background. Credit to all people involved in creation of the said soundtracks that we are listening to. They are not mine. So if you enjoy them, go listen to the specific artists, go find them, and give them the credit they deserve. Because, yeah. It is the good times. And they spent a long time making these work. Bye here. But I am's the home alone, which is nice and just quiet. So, yeah. You know, it's gotten to me now. Hold on a moment. Discord! People that I know, people that I know, people that I know. Where are they? Holy crap, I know quite a few people. Not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. Where is it? Alright. Nope. Let's go to the Crusade channel real quick. Alright, and switch this down so I can get to this.
Just telling them that I won both my wake-up games. The day. Alright. Back to the regularly scheduled programming of me fiddling with my models. Wahahaha. First off, dabs. Let's put his boot on. Right here. Alright. We make sure it works. There it is. Nice and good. Holding together. Now it's the 53. Oh, no, not 50. 66. So how does that not work? What? Right, it doesn't have a crotch, so it's at the same time. Alright. Alright. A la boop. Go with that one. Now we've got to do all of... Oops. Little dabs on the... That way we can put this one back in its place. Oh! Shit, too much force. Too much force! So we'll put this one on first. That is, sits there. Yep. That's better. Best piece on first, and then, there we go. Yeah, that's fine. All right. That's the first one. Kind of don't really need to worry about that being number 5. But that's fine. Hey! Alright, and now to the Ironkin model. Yes, the Ironkin. So he is 84, 86, and 87 for the base body. Going once, going twice, sold. Sold, but you get the meaning. You get what I meant. You meant what I knew, buddy boys. Alright, so, luckily, they're just the same leg, just different. As he's carrying all the excess rounds for the mole grenade launch. Wah-ha-ha-ha-ha. It would be good to see. Good to destroy them all. Ha-ha-ha. 86 and 89. Okay. This one. Yep, he's carrying all the grenades on his chest here. He looks... Fuck. Good. Another mental part. Alright, here we go. You can see my face. Or at least the top of my head. Hello. Blinkety bloopity. Shwoobity shwoobity. Haha! Alright, what do we got here? There is a ding. And a wrong mat. One dip. Nope. Nothing. Alright, back to the craziness that is the Painta-Palloza. Well, it's more the Assembly-Palooza point. We're getting there. We're getting very close to the to the painting. We're just kind of the base is built first. Why is all of the minions would disappear? Legs 89. 89? 89 robotic arm. There we go. Alright. Good. Nice times. Nice, quiet, chill, glorious times. Mother trucker. Truck. I'm so excited. I want to get to the painting as quickly as possible, but I'm forgetting the step of trimming all of the models' legs and limbs. See, look, I'm grabbing for the glue. I just want it to be built so I can sit there and paint it. Ooh.
Control thyself. Patience is a virtue. And the more patient you are, the more patient you can... Well, the longer you can build shit, to be honest. Alright, so... This is... Yes, yep. Well, that doesn't have any glue on there. Hold on one moment. Alright, there we go. And to anybody out there listening, feel free to ask questions. Make your comments. Make your concerns known. Alright, so this one is a bunch of white, and I gotta do this. I'm gonna dry fit this piece, which is a bib. Hard to see, so let me try and get... It's a bib that's gonna fit over on this model here. Thusly. Like so. I'm just gonna see if it... you still can... Yeah. I'm gonna put the bib on. Because you can sit there and kind of... Christmas season gamer! Hello! And welcome to the Painta-Palloza. Taketh 2. You find me as I am assembling my models for Warhammer. Glue there to make it all fit well together. It is indeed fun. It is very, very cathartic. So the game, you can build quite the variety of models and whatnot, and I actually have a quite variety of armies, like this one down here, right here, Age of Sigmar, built and painted by yours truly. There's a lot of things you can do. There's a lot of different varying paint jobs. I personally build and paint all of my models, and it is perfectly cathartic. There are some people that don't, but that is A-okay. And little Debbie dude there, and I probably... yes. Yeah, I think I'll leave that arm off for now. So, what I'm building is the little servitor dude that's going to be carrying all of the guns and stuff. So we're going to throw it back here. On to plate number 4. Well, technically plate number 5. And we're going to scoot it over here. Alright, so, by this time, when we started painting number 3... Number 1, our first Sithonian Berserk, is here, and is now ready to be painted. Now we get into some of the action. Not really, but it's just more of me blathering on and painting, and getting coats of paints on bodies. Get some Abaddon Black, as I vigorously shake the tiny little pot that is worth $7. With absolute darkness. So, generally what I do is I will paint from the boots, right here, all the way up to about the chest, the belt. And then I will put it on the model. I'll put it down on the plate, I'll glue it there, boom, let it set. Move on to the next one, and basically paint by the numbers, get the pants done, so that way I can just go stick it on there, and it'll be good. It'll be fine. And move on throughout the list, and then, as you can see, it's not fully built yet. Well, there's nooks and crannies in here that I want to get paint on first before I add on, like, the arms, the hammers, all these fun things that have their own bits and bobs of detail. I want to try and take the time with each model to make it look good, to make it look fantastic. Uber bombastic. But, I'm getting the distracted. What's a sheer... Which one? Paintbrushes. Only problem is you start getting a lot of paintbrushes. Yeah, that should be a good one for wide dispersal. Make it a little bit faster. But yes, I find great enjoyment and do believe that painting these are fun. Because, for me, half of the fun is the painting and assembly. The other half is taking it to the tabletop and kicking ass and taking names. Granted, I haven't been into like any big RTTs and whatnot. I don't go to the big tournaments because, well, money. Because generally those are like 2 to 3 day events. Yeah, 2 to 3 day events. You just like... My life is the busy. My life is the hectic. And so I just play every Tuesday at my local game store. And I am content. Now, if somebody was like, hey, I will pay for all of your stuff to go to tournaments and stuff and whatnot, or I had the money to do it, I'd be like, hey, yeah, I'm going to this tournament. Do. And then I'd go and try and do my best with whatever I have possible. Whatever army I feel like I'm most likely to win with. Currently, there's my Votan army, because it is kind of my own generalist approach on the conquest of things. But yeah, there's a lot of wants that I'd love to do, you know. Sadly, one cannot do absolutely everything in their life. You know, you can't own, like, because, you know, it's the thoughts of, like, oh, I'd love to own, like, a food truck and see if it, like, work, because it's the idea that's been proposed, and you've probably heard it once or twice before, but you get a food truck, you get approval from Chick-fil-A corporate to use similar seasonings, and if not, use their seasonings and whatnot, and use their parking lot, because generally they own the land that they're on, and then you sit there and you call it side chick, and you just work on Sundays. Like that, I think would sell. I think that would work, because there are some people that would enjoy Chick-fil-A on Sunday, because generally their channels are closed. Something that I thought of and think, like, I've thought of. And I think it'd be cool. It'd be cool, but I don't, you know, I don't have the time, nor do I have the money to invest in a food truck. I would love to, but previously saying, you can't do everything. Because if we had the time, if everyone had the time to do everything, everybody would do everything. That's why there's a limited amount of time in the day. You have to sleep for a certain amount of that, and all that fun jazz. Which is not bad. And we don't have to worry about making up too many mistakes, you know, with getting the black everywhere else. Because there's a couple spots that y'all might not be able to see, but right in here between the seams, there's just a little bit of black on the pant leg, which will be going to a white. Let's clean off our brush here real quick. I'm a fan of using one brush to do it all. Sometimes I will switch for some finer brushes, but I have in the past used one brush, and that brush, about this fine, you know, small, nice little detail brush that I used for the entire model, used to take me a hell of a lot longer, but I didn't want to fuck up. I wanted to keep those nice details, and there I am going from black to the white. So let's get this back. Now, slowly working our way around the boot stuff. The paint is our friend. You needn't be scared of it. You can always fix any sort of mistakes. Shit. Yeah. See, that's another problem. Is like, I have these giant, tiny, I have these hands that little bit of the fumble flinging. The fumble flinging. The fumble flogging? Yes, we call it the fumble flogging. I have these fumble flogging fingers that are occasionally extremely responsive to details and what I want to desire to do, and at other times they are absolutely pains in my posteriors as they are grumbling little douchebaggeries. There we go. We have white pant leg around boot. Good. Alright, and fine. Ah, yes. Good times. As you can see, you now can actually, wow, that's actually pretty clear. You can actually see that quite well on the camera. Yeah, you can see where I'm kind of working in the white paint to where I need it to be. Granted, you can't see all of the detail, but it's there. We'll eventually work on getting that. There. Must dive back here in the crotch area. Gotta make sure we got the paint there. Alright. The best of times. Blotchy, but it's okay. Yes, I've had... and with each army, I try to sit there and change up styles, like paint schemes. Like, I do have a thing for girl. Yes, I like the girl being in my models. Because it usually is a very, like, I don't like it being the main color of the army. It's usually a very nice aesthetically. So you can see here we got a little bit of white there, but that's fine. We are a-okay with that. All right. There we go.
We're getting there.
Getting more white on the model. Could be worse. Yes. But it's a nice time. Good times rolling. And now we have the fun part, as we've gotten all kind of the detail stuff taken care of here on the legs. Where we are, and I'm just going to do a one over. Gonna get that boot taken care of with a little black. Back on the boot. There we go.
Nobody saw that white speck at all. Not whatsoever.
Once again, apologies. Actually, I'm going to put the water over here. That way you don't keep on seeing my hand just kind of be like,
Blah, you can't see anything. Blah.
Alright, we're back at it. Now we have the fun times.
The gluing. The gluing of it all. It's very fine.
Draw that there. Okay. And right here at the tip. Okay. And bippity buppity boo. I see you. There we go. Now we just scooch it over and let it dry as he's standing there. Wow, actually holding his own. Well, we'll just make sure that he's braced and popped up by the paint pot. That way he doesn't fall over. Because these guys are all... Oh, almost got stuck there. Save for like this one here, who's kind of sitting on his own 2 feet. The other ones are kind of just like on 1 foot. They're just kind of like off balanced, which is not bad. But there's like some like models that are not the best balanced. The Termagants, look them up because they're like bug insectoid things with giant little scything talons that are like, Nyah! And they're like leaning over. They're just kind of like leaning over the base like this, like super leaning like that overall, and it's just kind of like, the fuck are you doing? So let that dry, and then it'll be more excellent. And now we move on to this man, who has the robot feet. He doesn't have standard boots, so what does he get? He gets the metallic feet. Thus then we come in with
our gunmetal gray. Yeah, baby, yeah, gunmetal gray.
A little gunmetal gray. Oopsie! There was a lot of gunmetal gray that came out. It was excited. It wanted to say, hello world, look at me! And a dab'll do us good. And back to the painting. Not terrible. And so I enjoy doing these painting streams. It's nice, it's cathartic. I like sharing what I do. This is the second one, as it is take 2. And yeah, it is nice, very, very nice of the painting. And there we go. Rough, perfect. But yes, the painting goes quicker the more you jibber jabber on, or you have things in the background that you can listen to. And that's why we are sitting here listening to the soundtrack from Going Medieval. As I have purchased the game, I haven't played it a super crap ton. Not as much as I'd like to, but one must do what they can, and
I was obsessed for a while
with the Deep Rock Galactic with the rock and stone, baby. Alright. We've gotten that there. Do a quick paint on the bottom. Everybody got to paint. There we go. And the silver on the feet is done. Which is not bad. It's actually quite good. Need that there eventually. Oh. Our white, I have noticed, has been a little clumpy as the outer layer of it has begun to dry. I'm going to have to peel it open a bit. as I don't have the fancy dancy artist little the tray like you'd see Bob Ross using. And then we're just gonna sit there and dab a little white. It's okay if we make mistakes. Mistakes are just miracles waiting to happen. Yes, we're here on the Bob Ross channel, but we're not technically Bob Ross. So let us enjoy the Warhammer 40k-ness, and I am the derping. Did that fall? No? I put it somewhere. Lost it all the time. Ah. I did it before, a nice little dab to do there, and now it's gone kaput. Kaboof! It exists. The white exists. Ah! It just fell over. It was taking a nap. Now, for any of those who are interested in the colors I'm using, currently using Game Color, Gris Phantasma, or Ghost Grey from Game Color as the main coloration to the pants of my berserks of Sithonia, which I'm assuming is the planet that they come from. And so this one had a little bit too much glue on its ass, and so it has plateaued out, and we're just going to do a little bit quick sculpting of that, so it doesn't look kind of ridiculous like he sat down in some paint. All right. Back to the white and the gloriousness. And as you can see, we're not doing the knee pads. What I'm doing mostly right now, for everyone that's here, is just getting the pants up, because then I can sit there and hold on to the base. That'll make it a lot easier for me in the long run to sit here and use the base to hold on to it so I don't get my acidic fingerprints all over it and screw with the paint job. That's the goal anyway. Yes. And in one of the kind of the best parts I find about painting is you don't have to do the same thing. You don't have to have the same paint job for all of them. For at least, as far as I understand it, for 40k purposes, you just have to have the same colors, or have at least 3 base colors being the same in the army. You don't have to have them all be the same color, or in the same places even. You can have them be different colors, different places, and yeah. As long as there's a standard 3 colors, boom. Like, you could have black pants and blue shirt, and have somebody be blue shirt and black pants. Like, you just switch it up as long as they are in the same color basis, at least for 40k purposes. I know that it was probably different for fantasy, considering looking at the army of Bretonia, as they have a lot of different knight heraldries to do with. And yeah, so you don't have to do, like, I think most of their foot troops you'd have the same color, but like the knights, you could sit there and do a lot of customization, which you could still do, like these berserks. Each of them you could equip with a different weapon system. You could have them be different in all aspects, because this one comes with 3 different weapon sets. This unit comes with 3 different sets of weapons, which is perfectly fine in my book. And we are going to just be making 2 of those 3. Well, technically it comes with 4, because it does come with a mole grenade launcher. This is just your standard melee mauling group of men. Not men, they're technically cloned dwarves, but needless to say, we are doing some fantastic work here. And so are all of you. Being absolutely fantastic, sitting along and joining us for this glorious ride. So, and that's 2 done with the pants. As you can see, there are some... Ooh, I almost skipped along when it wasn't finished. Oh my. I'm putting the cart before the horse. I should double check before I start opening my mouth about things being completed. Ho ho ho. Yes. Alright. Shangri-La. Da-da-da-da. Alright. So, once again, dab the glue on. There we go. And a little glue from here. Should be able to... Yep. Stand on his own. Maybe swish him back just a tad. Yep, that'll work. Scoot him out. Number 3 forward. And we're going to wash, rinse, and repeat the same process until we have all of these put onto the bases. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, those guys are going to be... Ooh. Okay, so yeah. This... We'll come to this one when we get to it, because it has 2 models instead of just 1. Alright, so back to boots. So we bring the black back up to the front. Get our black boots done first. Nice military, and like I'm doing a lot. The Votan, I'm doing a little bit more realistic, inspired military-esque paint job. I'm using olive drab. I'm using black shiny boots, because you know the old lacquer and whatnot. Like it's they are technically minors, and it's just one of those where I felt like, they probably could use, because they're doing their own defense thing, so I'm thinking of them like as a private company, a private military organization that also is mining their own materials for things. And that's kind of a nice little... It's more realistic than just, yes, there are a bunch of miners that are cloned from these dwarf people, which is not bad. They are space dwarfs. Yeah, the replacements for the ancient squats. They should have come out a long time earlier. Because honestly, had they come out earlier, probably would have just been up to this point in my Warhammer time. I probably would have been solely, perfectly, 100% solely been the a Leagues of Votan player or squats. Had they remained and been in purchasing service when I got into the hobby, which was 10? 12? It'll be 10 years this year. No. Yeah, it'll be 10 years this year. It'll be 10 years this year since that I've been into 40k, and I've spent a lot of money. Not the cheapest of hobbies. Also not the most expensive, because, there's people that drop hundreds of thousands on rebuilding cars and stuff. So it's like, tomato, you kind of pick your grotto, your style, your hobby. And to each their own, because there are some people that just enjoy, like I know a couple buddies of mine that enjoy just world building. They make fantasy worlds and whatnot. We've done some roleplay games inside of those worlds, which is always fun. And there's actually a future. It's most likely not gonna stream it unless we can get everybody behind it. But a buddy of ours a friend of a friend is coming to visit us here in the summer times to do a Pathfinder 2 campaign. And now, initially, I was like, when Pathfinder 2 came out, I was, it changes up too many things. Grumble, 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 bitch, grumble, 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 bitch. I was not very positive of the... But I've had an epiphany in recent weeks of, hey, maybe I should open my mind to a few different avenues of approach on the gaming and how it can be different, and hey, maybe this isn't so bad. So we're gonna have to give it the rules a grand old read and see if it is something that we are interested in more doing. And who knows where it goes from there. But we are Warhammer, unless we paint it, which is not bad. It's good times, and we're making some pretty good progress. We are hour in, and we've got 3 models with actual paint on them, so it's not bad. Better than what I usually do. It usually takes me quite a time before I get paint on models, as I assemble and whatnot. Yeah, so we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good there, buds and girls and lasses and lads. We're doing just fine. And with that, just up here and there, ta-da! Another set with boots and pants done. And once again, once more into the breach. Clean off our blue tip. And we get our leaning tower of Pisa prepared. There. Well, that's not bad knowledge to have, as he leans forward enough to have this running there. Good. All right. Oh, yep. Kind of saw that coming. All right, so there we go. Oh, scooch that over. On to the next one, number 4. Staying with our booted theme, which is perfectly fine. All right. Good. Get the paint on there. A little bit too much water on the brush, so it's a little light on the boot. That's okay. We can just add more paint, and it's drier. Not bad. But yes, as you can see, I do have and use a mix of paints as a game color and whatnot. Looking at it from different avenues, because I used to be, it's Warhammer. It's only going to be Warhammer paints on my models. Well, Warhammer didn't really have the paint color that I wanted for this army. And thus then I was forced to go out and find a different color scheme to change it up a bit. It's not bad. Because generally I'll have 4 or 5 colors the same throughout the entire force of the army. Because I try to have them all standardized. I try to have them all be unique here and there and everywhere. And I try to do some theming to where I fall in love with the model. Because like the Dark Angels, I fell in love with their faction because you don't know if they're the good guy or the bad guy. Because half of their number, fell to chaos. And they had to fight for their home world, and as a result, their home world was destroyed. But, like, the lore is pretty dang good, and I'm actually kind of building up my own tabletop board game and RPG. Kind of not based. I can't say it's based because I'm actually changing a lot of shit that I don't like with Warhammer. Because I like the phases. So, one player, for those that are not well versed, I will explain the phases of Warhammer 40k. You have turns, first turn, second turn, third turn, fourth turn. Well, I went off. I get to go with my turn first. And there is the command phase, shooting phase, psychic phase, the movement phase. Movement, psychic, shooting, charge, and fight phase, and then the morale phase. These phases, only one side goes at a time. So you basically roll off to see who gets to go first with their entire army. I can see how it works. I can understand how it works. I don't agree with it. I feel like the armies should activate at the same time, operating on the same level, because in real life, you're not just going to let your enemy move everything first. You're not just going to wait for your enemy to get into position. No, you're going to move into position yourself and then charge. So using the general premise of those phases is having to where I activate one of my units, which these 5 models here are 1 unit. So then I activate 1 unit of 5 models, move forward, next unit, move forward, next unit, move forward, and carry on, and thus they're in. Which is perfectly fine. I personally would rather see less of that. I personally would rather have all of the models. You have one model go, and yes, it might speed it up, but also trying new things to keep it more balanced. Because a lot of the lore that is here in Warhammer, which I absolutely love it, just sometimes fails out. It doesn't. The uniqueness in the army isn't there all the time. It's not. I don't feel super well represented because there's the psychic phase. The psychic phase is where you get to do bullshit magic shit with your mind or with your telekinetic abilities and whatnot. Like, I don't feel like that's allows for unique factions, which there are quite a bloody few here in Warhammer. There's quite a few wondrously unique factions, but they're all based around the psychic phase. And I understand that it's an interview reason because guess what? Psychers are universe. They are the most readily available, and it's easiest to where there's just everybody has access to psychic phase. Well, not everybody. The Tau do not have access to the psychic phase. That's why they're like the primary shooty killy army. They are the killers, the bombillers. They are friggin' the kings of guns, because that's all they have to go off of. Literally, they don't have much else to go off of. Their army is a little overpowered in the shooting, but then again, when that's your bread and butter and that's all you have, it makes sense that you'd be very, very good at it. Which is not bad. You know, everyone has their own interactions, as I previously stated with the psychic phase. Some don't have the psychic phase at all, but they can be like, no, you're getting their special magic powers. Yes. Once again, model onto it. Alrighty then. And yes, we're probably going to have another one of these chargy forward boys. Grab another one of our paint pots so that it stays stable. Celestial gray. Get it over here first. Then place it. Yeah. No. Oh, hold on. Yep. Mother trucker. There we go. Now we run into a fun issue. As you can see, there's one base, but there are two models that share the base. So it's going to kind of make it hard later on. I can feel it in my bones that it's going to make it a little bit harder to build it up. So we're still going to do the same thing. You know, I'm gonna plot and plan where they're going to sit on this base so that there's enough room for when I am painting that I can get in here with my paintbrushes. It'll be a-okay. But now, let us get to the magnificence of getting the legs done. Because we don't want to skip out on leg day. That's how you start looking like a toothpick. Leg day is best day. But then if you skip on upper body day, then it's the bad day. And these berserks do not look like they have missed a day of leg day or a day of body day at all. Considering that they're hyped up on stems, which are more or less drugs, as they are miners and they have to crush out, you know, giant amounts of ore. Go. Got the one boot done. And yes, the potential of it, you know, just painting by the numbers is not for some. Some will just rather have the whole army built and then paint all of the bits. I used to be on that front. Assemble it all, then paint it all, and then there's a lot of details that I'm missing. That I feel that I'm missing. And so I know I'm not the first to develop this style of painting, but there are plenty more ways to paint. Heck, you could paint, because there's the other way that I've done it, is I have painted, it's still on the sprue. So like, using this plasma axe as this plasma right here, focus, I would, cut off 2 of the sections here, because there's 3 connecting sprues, one here, and one here. Take these 2 off, leave that alone, paint the whole thing, and then take it off, and then put it on the model. That is what I used to do, and I kind of still do it. Kind of. Not to the extreme that I used to, but I kind of still do it. Paint on sprue. Because there are some times where you're painting and you're not going to be able to get in like the elbow because of where it is, so I pre-paint that elbow first, then put it on, and it's a convoluted mess, really. Charge! Alright, so we get the white on here on the pantaloons. Alright. Good times with Scar. Many of you watch Minecraft. My son watches quite a bit, and so there's a lot. I hear the times, and I've watched them with him, and it's good times. But we're not Scar. We are Atlas Chief. You are all here, part of the chiefdom. Whether you are a follower of mine or not, as you are sitting here and watching the painting being done, you are part of the chiefdom. I appreciate you being here. I actually cannot say that enough, because it's been almost a year since I've been on this little path of mine, of pure passion, of doing this, playing Warhammer, playing video games, streaming in general. It's actually been a very enjoyable outlet for this year. Ah, somebody is above me. Somebody has turned home. Oh, angry door. Angry door. The outside world is cold. I can feel as it brushes past me. What is it, Freya? Who's home? Go say hi. Don't come here. Go say hi. Hey, yeah, hi. Go say hi. Go say hi. Now she gets it. Yes, that's right. That's about as vicious as I get by sicking the dog on them for loves. Hey, you. Hi, you. Hey, you.
I got you a Caribbean one.
Okay. And what is in the Caribbean one?
Pineapple.
Ooh.
A couple other things. Strawberries.
Everybody, the disembodied voice you're hearing is that of my beloved. Ow! Chris the season gamer, thank you for that. If I somehow become the Bob Ross of painting, that would be that would be of Warhammer. That would be just that would be nice. I wouldn't know what to do. Ooh, tasty. Delicious smoothie. Yes, yes.
Hashtag not sponsored by Jamba Juice.
Indeed. Yes.
I want to talk.
Okay. No. There are some things that we're not broadcasting. We have our own private lives, as they have theirs. But years. Thus later, yes. The Bob Ross of painting. The Bob Ross of Warhammer painting. Not the best, but guess what? I'm pretty good. Not the best, but pretty good. Smoothie is good. I was actually getting a little parched. As you see, I don't have any tea near me. Strawberry?
Peach. Bye-bye, stream.
actually not that bad. I actually prefer the pineapple mango. I'm a sucker for the tropical stuff. That's what I get for living on a subtropical island for 4 years. 2 years, not 4. Wish I lived there longer. What island? Oh, shit. I've broken the schedule. Curses. One moment. Back to the silver and gold. Yes, there we go. Alright. Rather stiff. Stick that in the water. I do apologize for the slight difference in feeling. Right. Try out for the brush. And we'll just use the white that we have on here real quick. Get it off. And then back to the silver to finish off that boot end. But yes, trying to get all these lovely difficult spots before we put it on the base, because then, there's it's kind of hard to get back up in there and be like, yes. And there we are. Dang it! Oh well, we'll get the silver after we get the white, I guess. That's fine. We'll break up the order of the monotony. We'll change it up and make it look better. Alright, so that's still, yep, metal body. Good. The Iron Kin. AKA, they are robotic dwarves. Well, basically, everybody sees the Iron Kin as a part of the ever greater kin fold. That should not be estimating their care for their fellow kin. Yep. Good time. And remember, you do not have to do the same way I do it. You can paint however you feel. Painting is about expression. Art is about expression of what is within thine soul. So express your little hearts out. XDC! Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, they are a bit tiny. That is for sure. I'm probably sure that you would enjoy probably painting something like this. My Hecaton Land Fortress for the same faction. Or something of similar size. The Land Fortress. Nice, big, chunky metal bits of good painting. Yes, there's quite a few. Shit. There's different varieties of vehicles and whatnot that you can paint as such. It's one of those to where you might enjoy painting the vehicles, and that's perfectly fine. Paint what you wish to enjoy. And I know there's a lot of war games out there that you don't have to have the little miniature guys, because these guys are actually quite small. I do have some other ones that are here that, I might finish, paint up. But yeah, as you can see, the size difference. Yep, shit. In between them. And there's even big stretch for me. I'm pulling off one of these guys. The Grot. That is probably the smallest model I've ever painted. And then we have some other gentlemen. Where are they? Where art thou? Alright, that. Yeah. Yep, he lost his arm. That's fine. Yes. Here we are. Like you can see the the scale in size of what you're painting, and it's one of those to where you don't always have to paint these big models. You can just leave them, be nice, paint what you want to paint. You can paint. There's an entire faction of guys that's around this guy's size. It's not super small, but it will require some detail work. And that's something that I enjoy, is the variety of armies that
40k possesses. Now, there's not super big distinctions in my mind with some of them. Because Space Marines are Space Marines. They're mass-produced genetic warriors which have different chapters they belong to. Those chapters are not bad, but they're not the grandest of things. But we're not painting these gentlemen here today. Ugh. Put the grot back where he comes from. Ugh. Kalima. Alright. Now we're here. Number 4. 3, 2, and the 1. Perfect. Alright, now let's get back to painting the metal foot or feet of these gentlemen. Kind of necessary for them to be able to walk on. Alright. Good time. Rollin', 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 rawhide. And there are some people that, like, you don't have to get as detailed as I'm getting. There are some people that put the bare minimum number to go to a tournament on the models, and they're okay with it. And they're done. And then they go and they play, and they find more enjoyment in actually just playing the game. To each their own. You have to discover what you desire to play, what you desire to do with your army or your time. But now we get to the fun part of, I have this section, so it's really kind of hard for me to show you, but there's a section right about here that is right next to the crotch region that's next to the white paint that I need to, because I'm going to be securing it down here on this base. I can't have, I'm not going to leave untouched stuff, so I'm going to more or less get up in here and paint this stuff out. Itch. That's my goal, boys. No, no, no. No. One moment. I have forgotten an important color. Over here. Once more. Found it. Had to get a nice brown. As I'm kind of doing all the straps in realistic colors like the brown is leather. Because kind of easy, available, malleable stuff. Go, so. These is a bit of a brown. There we go with that. A little bit on the front here. That way it's kind of clear and obvious that this is all supposed to be brown. Way. You don't have any bad details showing up a little later. Because there are some people that will look, that will handle the models and be like, hey, you forgot this little section of stuff. Don't really care for those people. Well, I prepare for those people. Prepare to make all of my stuff look good. Alright, that's good there. Now I just gotta get that little ring, which is not something else that we have done differently, but I'm going to need my fine brush. Yes. So, XDC, I have experience in painting. Okay. Oh, XD, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to have a hobby as long as you're enjoying whatever you're doing. Because I myself, this is my hobby. Playing video games is also my hobby. I take great joy and pride in my ability to paint. Am I the best at it? No, I am not. I can tell you that now, unabatedly. I am not the best painter. But I can strive to be better than I was yesterday. And that's all I really can do. That's all really anyone can do.
in the monotony that is life. But yes, it's good to see that you have some items and you have experience in painting. Because I myself find myself to be more of a jack of all trades, master of none, which some oftentimes find as a better than a master of one. In my generalness of understanding, I can do kind of most anything. Hold on, let's get glue. Curses. There we go. Glue. Oh, shit, fuck S. That is a lot of glue on one foot. Hold on. Come here. Put you right there on that one. There we go. Alright. And... yes. Hold the gun. Yes, that'll be good. Enough space between the two that I can paint them while they're assembled. And now... to get the glue off. For the most part. And now we get to the funner part of it all. We now get to paint the torso and the rest of the pants. All the other bits and bobs that we've kind of wanted to paint on this little trek. Here we are. Oh. The extra dark green, we don't need that. Pink. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get the extra dark green on this one. Extra dark green usually falls upon our other stuff. Yep. Dab a bit there. Good. Get a nice fine detail brush here. Alright. Nice little details. No one has to sit there and be perfect at it. You just gotta do and put forth in whatever level of effort you feel comfortable. As long as you're proud of what you've done, it matters not what it looks like. If you're proud, you're comfortable with your skill, then let no one tell you different. Let none tell you you aren't absolutely bombastic, uber fantastic about what you do. Whether that be play your great games, or drive the car, build the simulator, or, God's forbid, whittle with wood. Alright. Not really. I actually do whittle with wood quite often if I'm bored. And I don't have anything else really constructive in the woods just there. Ah, yes. Hello there. Oh, shit. And you hear me say that, oh, shit, and I got just a little bit of the green that I'm currently using onto the white ant leg. Gus is using standard colors. Ooh, and I missed some on this one. I was in a rush, it seems. But that's fine. You don't have to always rush. You don't have to get it perfect the first time. Because you're gonna fiddle and frump and fuck it up. There's no one that says you will never not fuck up. You can't avoid fucking up. How you respond to fucking up. That defines who you are. There are times that fucking up, you find out where you are strong and where you are weak, and where you need to improve upon, which is not a bad thing. The more you improve, the better. The greatest that gets to it. And remember, endeavor to do better than you were tomorrow, whether you fail, fall, or just have a bad day. Remember, they don't stop coming. They keep on coming. Now up to you to make it best. And yes, there are some times where you need to seek help and assistance from others. Because being self-reliant is good, but being isolationist is not the best way to sing. You all can do it. I believe in you. You've got this. In whatever form or fancy you desire it to do, you've got this, motherfucker.
Now, we go back to this one and get the white on it, because we forgot a little bit over here, which is kind of shitty, but that's fine. Touch-ups here and there. And we never hit that spot with the green. It's entirely gone. Now it is just that. Alright. Yes. That's how it will do. So, just thinking in my head what I'm going to be painting, where I'm going to put the green. Because on the Hearthkin, the warriors that we painted last time, they are fairly regimented, standard armor and whatnot. Is not bad. Right, there we go. Right. Perfect. Now we just work this way, around. Add some to the armor. Alrighty. So. Oh, you can kind of see. Oh. No, you can kind of see we're doing the belly band. There's a little bit of a space here. That's where there's going to be a belt. Perfectly fine. Kind of hard for me to see on what you all can see with the camera, but I know you probably can see it in better resolution than what I'm getting. That. Yes. The grandness, the gloriousness of it all. Righty. Goes the pooper. Off to go bother somebody else, or to get loot from. Loot is in food. Delicious, delicious food. The belt loops. I think I know what I'm going to do. That seems... So, on the model, there seems to be belt loops, and I'm painting this little armored belt area kind of on them with the standard armor green that I'm using. It's not bad, but it doesn't attach to anything else in the model. So I'm thinking of just doing little crossovers of the green so that it looks like the belt loops are coming off of the armor itself, so that it's cohesive. Not looking bad at all. Alright, there we go. And we are once again rolling through the same soundtrack. Let us go to a different soundtrack real quick. There we go. Ah. A little difference in music mix. That's a little much. Don't be afraid to get a little paint on you, as I've dabbed some on my thumb here. Not gonna hurt you, and you can always wash it off. That's another thing, is I have Hades. I haven't played Hades in a bit. Maybe play Hades this week. Want to try and beat it. Yes, try and beat the game. Because Hades 2 is coming out, I think, sometime this year or next year. Which will be interesting to see what they do, because it's now, I believe, Hades' daughter. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see who's the mother of the sister. That would be quite interesting, to say the least. There. Yep, there we go. Yep. A lot of detail on these little berserk models. I love it. Kind of hard sometimes, but you know, it comes with effort. As long as you're willing to put in the effort. You've got this, motherfuckers. Aggressive positivity. I fucking love it. Go. Getting there. Alright. Now, as some of you can't really see it because it's not perfectly viewable, but I got a little bit of green on the pants, so I'm just going to come back with the white on the nice brush, my nice detail brush, and clean that up. Not going overzealous on the white. Just enough to touch up the green so where it looks like the boundaries meet, but do not overextend. Alright. We don't need the black open at this time. We've got the black on everyone's boots. But we are going to need the Mournvang Brown. Still should look on one of the other stats on if I can find a better one, a better brown, or at least the same level of brown. Because I've actually had this Mournvang Brown for literal years. I bought this when I bought my Tau Army, I think back in 2013, to be honest. Oh, I messed something up. Ooh. Ah, excellent. And what faction art thou playing, Chris, the season gamer? What faction doth thou bring to the table in Total War Warhammer? 'Cause I do enjoy that game, mods included. Ah, you're out for blood. Green blood. Grimgore Ironhide? Skarsnik, maybe? Or are you Thorgrim Grudgebearer? No, Belagar Ironhammer. That's right, maybe, perchance. Belagar Ironhammer? Oops, that's a lot. Don't worry, we'll carry it over. Ah! You're playing as the leader of Yvrest. You're playing Judge Dredd. I am the law. I'm going to steal you away and lock you into it. Right. Grom the Paunch's opponent. Grom the Paunch's opponent. Ecthelion, I think. Where does he start nowadays? I have forgotten. Alright. There's a Freya pupper I hear coming down the stairs. Hi. Girl. God, you're a good girl. Mango. Pineapple. Tasty stuff. Alright. A little dab there. A little dab there. Good. Excellent. Liking that. Liking how it's turning out. Because the first model you ever paint is kind of the hardest. Because it's where you're building the standard. Right. Don't you start near Galbaraz? Down by the top knots. Because last time that's where he started. I don't know precisely where he starts now. Because that's in the southern Badlands. Okay. Yeah. I generally wouldn't abandon Yvrest because the donut is easier to conquer. And with the donut having the demon, Nikari on it. It's one of those to where you have a pretty good kicker in the pants right there. And you just fight her. Them. Whatever they are. Little details, as there's some of the knee pad that I didn't get properly right on this one. Well, enjoy slaughtering the greenskin horde. Take Karak 8 peaks from them. Make sure that they never retrieve it, and then just hold it from Scarstick and be a dick and beat him with the hammer. Ah, that is also a good one to do. You get to the Grudge Bearer. But the Grudge Bearer's will. Okay. Good there. Alright, so. Little silver right in here. Oh. That's a good one. Yeah. So a little silver here. There we are. Get some more silver on here to do the belt buckle, and it's good. Well, that's if you want to, like, make it a military alliance, I think would be a good way to bait and switch with the 8 peaks. Military alliance, give Carrick 8 peaks to, one faction. Ooh. Ideas, thoughts. So, you get the whole of Carrick 8 peaks. Whatever Carrick 8 peaks is, the faction, like the surrounding rest of the land for Carrick 8 peaks, because I think it changed from like 5 to 4 or to 3. But what I would do in that situation, because I haven't actually played Ecthelion in a while, is to conquer the whole set of it, and then you give it to, and you split it 1, 2, and 3. So you give it to the dwarving factions that you know that are there. So basically, you're forcing them to share, and thus then you make friends with them. Or if you're not the best place for them to build that military alliance, you give them the whole province of Karak 8 Peaks for the military alliance. And I think if you do it with Belager, not Grudgebearer, not saying that either one is better, you get Belager, if he's alive at this point, you get him super happy. Shoveling the skin of man to be placed the Reichland flesh to be crafted. Okay, so there's stuff. This is going to be a fun one to do, as there's literally everything. Oh! Interesting, Bellicor. Yeah, super happy Bellicor Iron Hammer is best Bellicor Iron Hammer. We don't want him angry. We don't want any grudges thrown our way. We want perfect harmony with the orcs. Which is not bad. Not very bad at all. And this is where it's going to get fun with these guys, because these guys, kind of hard to show, but focus in, have a lot of detail on the flesh, where they've got a lot of metal bits. I know it's not showing up the best on camera because it's focusing on my hand, but it's going to be an interesting setup today, with getting these finished off. To mention the amount of small touches here and there, everywhere, before we start putting on the rest of number one's body bits. Wah-ah-ah. Alright. Alright. Got that there. Might as well just cover that. And go over it with we'll get the so. What I'm doing right now is there's a large amount of areas where there's some small amounts of details in some pretty small crevices. Just sitting here, getting it all around, the paint that is, and then I'll come back through on these smaller, more metallic areas with more detail-oriented setup in my mind to paint the metallic portion of it. To give it a finish. There we go. Yes, angry space. The best kind of space tour. That. Nice broad strapping back. A bunch of metallic stuff on the spine. Really kind of hard to tell the color differentiation on just the white. That there. Over, that's gonna go in there. So, just gonna cover up. Jumping back to page 1. Look at how it's gonna cover up our. So he's got. Okay, we're doing the fists on this guy. So, not gonna really cover up a lot, but we should at least get everything we can taken care of. It's a bit more than I wanted to do in that area. Pull out this and then go like so. Pull that off. Perfect. Here. Reapply a light amount of green on that crevice. The splitting of ranges of like flesh to where the metal reinforcement stuff is a tad tricky without going over getting too much paint on every section. I'm just trying to make it look good. Alright. Now comes the time where we need. This is a nice brush, nice detail, nice light brush, but it is not like stiff for our purposes of detail work. Thus, pull out my other detail brush. That's nice, stiff, and ready to get into them hard to reach places. This might be a little big. Yeah, just a tad, I feel. A tad large. Well, it'll work for the spine pretty nicely. Alrighty, upsy daisy. Go. There's another detail brush that I have that is smaller. More pointed. Yes, there we go. That'll work. Confident. Better. This is all just by the tip at the moment. Very little paint needs to be on it to get into the details. You don't need to flood it. That's how you lose a lot of detail, is by flooding the paintbrush full of paint. He did. Need is a scalpel. Precision. You are the doctor of your destiny. The power bringer of all poobahs. Alright. Dun 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 dun. There's set here. On. One more paint. There we go. Little dab. Then take away any excess. Not working. Little different one. So that one here. And sometimes you do have to flip-flop a lot between your brushes, which is fine. Which is not bad at all. Flippity floppity floppity flippity in between then brushes. These boys are pretty thick with the cybernetic modifications. Right. That coming together nicely. Yep, there we go. Buddy, the little metal details. Kind of hard to see on the view screen that I have. Hold on. Yeah, still a little hard to see because it's the flesh color is blending in with my flesh color, so it's fine. That is a-okay. All right. So now we've gotten to this point. Perfect. Now we finish kind of the assembly and the painting, which is our favorite parts. Kind of our Painta-Palloozas in its own route about. All right. So now I need 18, 17, 16, and 15. Very well. What art thou now, boys? Oh, that's 32, 14. There we are. Found it. All right, so this one is now where we can get into my preferred sort of section of doing things. Is now paint this one out. So this one was 15. Here's 16 in the sprue. Now these are bits of my own thoughts. But we can put this here, get these fists together, paint it up, and then attach it via or hold on to it via like the hoses that are here for it all. And then and that I think will be our fashion. So what I'm currently building on this gentleman is the concussion fists. Basically think of boxing gloves that can press kinetic energy, and then you punch with it. So like think Superman's strength, but your punch it's in the metallic boxing glove, for lack of a better term. Which is not bad, but it's also powerful and whatnot. And there are better options, like the concussion maul, which is the hammer that we're going to be putting onto these units. Yes, Mangonis. Is a 2 times strength, whereas the concussion maul is just a +1. Or the concussion fist is just a +1. Alright. Let's go through with our little scalpel here. And trim off the excess little trips and nips from the cutting of the plastic. Oh. But yes, what I'm talking about is like I can have it here in my fingers, have this be assembled, and then paint all of this and then attach it into the body of model number 1 here, so that we can just have some more control as we're painting. Because our eventual goal is to build all of these and paint all of these. We're just going to get up in the leeway. Alright. Yes. And there. Come on. See, this is where it's like, if you go from it one way, you leave a scar, and you try... I'm trying not to leave scars, damn it. We're not Scar Brand here. Ooh, a little much, but that'll be fine. And click. There we go. That should work. Yet another piece of the puzzle placed, yet ready and willing to pound them into the ground. Ah! And so yes, this current playlist that is going on in the background for us today is from the Hades soundtrack. All of these are done by Darren Cobb. So if you wish to listen to these unabated by my beautiful voice, go look him up and give him a shout out, as his music is magnifique. I enjoy it quite readily. Again, we shake at the flesh. Ooh. I think so. The creative side in me is like, okay, what color should we have the tubes be? And I'm thinking I know what kind of tubes they're going to be. We are going to do a bit of a Bane inspiration from Batman and have these be green. Very green indeed. Get our flesh on here. And so I'm talking about these little, there's some smooth hoses and some rigid hoses. The ribbed hoses, we're just going to have be metallic, as they're going to be applying the mechanical power for the arms to do their work. We are going to have the non-metallic ones be the nice neon green, as they're pumping like the venom through his very veins, which will be a fantastic little addition, I feel. Alright, there's that portion. And now we get this one too. Yes. Some nice little additions. Ah, Dearton! Hello, hello! And yes, doing the painting, it's quite enjoyable. It's rather early for you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. But yes, doing some nice light painting today. Enjoying the Warhammer 40k hobby. I am. It's required. As there are some people that get enjoyment more from playing the war game, and so they will send it off to a professional painter, get it painted, which is not bad. But that's not me. Not me painting. Not my style of painting. I am the painter of my passion. I am the captain of my vessel. With that there, that is good. All right. Now we add some colors. And what are we going to add? We're going... Huh. Well, it won't kill me to give it a test. So. You have a test of it. Ooh. Dribbling out just a bit. That's fine. Ooh. That's... Yeah. Over the fingers and through the woods. To grandmother's house we go. Alright, so... give it a test look, because we've done the previous concussion fists we've done have been the same color as the individual's standard armor. I'm thinking of maybe doing them as this dark green, just to kind of be like, ah yes, these are different concussion fists, and so that it's not just all one green on the model. We'll give it a shot. We'll give it a look-see. See? Yeah, we'll give it a look-see. Oh. Freya, did you fart? Hold on. I think she may have done something naughty. One moment. Oh, she just farted. Alright. That's fine. That's good to know that she only farted. Alright. Back at it again. Alright, so... Pardon. Alrighty. Oh yeah, that's... not looking too bad. That'll give us a little differentiation between them. Or at least the bits and bobs aren't the same. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can look at... yeah, I'm liking that better. Next ones we're going to redo. Oh! No! No! That's not good, dear Trin. Sad. That is much sad. I'm sorry to hear that about your players. I know how hard it is to get a group going, to be honest. And especially if you're doing it from distance and schedules. Oh, I do apologize. I hope you're able to find other individuals to group up with. As I know, it is kind of hard to do it. Because even the little bit that I do play now these days, because my time is mostly streaming and or 40King, when we were trying to find people to play, it was really hard to find people to play. Really hard. Yeah. Well, there's still that, 4 players isn't bad. And I do enjoy having a larger party, but having a larger party, in my mind, is a little bit rougher than a standard 4-man party and GM included. The missing out big game, because you can then, you have, let's say you have 9 or 6 level 10 or level 12 characters. The DM can sit there and kind of crank up the combat to 11 because you've got over 300-400 health right there, and if you have the right balance of party, you have every single party player class potential combination right then and there. Not to mention if you have some spice of life, because the one time I've played with, we had 9 players with an average between level 15 and level 13. Now that was a big difference in differentiation in level, but we had every single class. We had a sorcerer, we had a wizard, we had a ranger, we had 3 different flashes and styles of cleric. We had a flame cleric, a light cleric, and a grave cleric, storm cleric. And it was powerful. And I was running as a level 15 warlock. And I was doing the hex blading. And yeah, there was a paladin and a barbarian as our frontliners. We were running out pretty well. We had a bard as well. Oh man. We didn't get a lot of role-playing time, which was kind of sad because I enjoyed the role-play. I'm pretty big on the roleplay. I used to be super huge on the combat aspect of it, but I kind of fell in love with role-playing a lot, because 3.5 I was a bit of a metagamer. I liked breaking shit. And so 3.5, I built a character that was a one-shot pony. Could sit there and just knock someone out. If I could pick a target and knock them out. A buddy of mine then built the exact opposite and built the I'm gonna feet chain cleave to where I'm cleaving within 30 feet of me with combined magical items and whatnot. And it was fun, but it's one of those to where I kind of got burnt out, so I went with more of a cinematic approach for it. But I do hope you find some more people to play in your big game, because I know it's quite fun to have those big games once in a while. That way you can kick some ass, Seabass. Go. Hold on. Put down the magnifying glass. All right, there was she here. Yes, there we are. There we go. Perfect. Now I just have to get the knuckles. Yes. I've enjoyed a couple Dungeons & Dragons games. Haven't done one in a while, but in a couple months, a buddy of ours, a friend of a friend, is going to be coming up and staying with us here at the house for a bit. And they're willing to run a Pathfinder 2.0 game, and we have it. And on initial looks, I didn't really seem to care for it. But due to recent events, I'm thinking of giving it more of a chance to sit there and look at it. And so we're going to play a Pathfinder 2.0 game, which will be excellent. Evil Smithers clicking. Alright. Oh yeah, more people. You can get so many cool combos. More players, more like friends group. Biggest parties good. Part of the company without.
Player. Yes, it does. It does. Bigger parties allow you to have some more player freedom, because then you're not stuck into your role of, I am the cleric, I am the healer, I am the DPS, I am this, I am the smart face that sucks up to people and blah blah blah. You can have a diverse cast of characters that brings about wrath and ruin, and also sits there and can be like, we walk into the nobles' party and we charm their asses off. Why? Because everybody in the party decided to be bards. Which is also one of those to where it's like, mono parties. I have done one mono party, and it was fighter. Do you want more fighter in your fighter? Guess what? He's the fighter that tells the fighters how to fight better and fight greater. And you got this guy here who fights like this, and it's... deliciously grand. Alright, so... Gold. Nope, that's Mernfang Brown, not gold. Alright. Perfect. Yes. And so now, as I may have changed the color on the gauntlet to be something else, but I'm still going to keep the knuckles the same kind of bronze gold color. This is Balthazar Gold from the Citadel line of paints, if anyone is interested in understanding it. I kind of use the same gold, and I've actually had this gold for years as well, as I've used it lightly and thusly for only small accents here and there. The dark green. Oh, small. Oh boy, an entire one shot of the amen of all paladins. Oh dear gods, power, dear, oh my gods. Yes, because then you have the favored weapon of your deity being the weapon that you use for your Power Ranger color. Oh gods, the amount of the amount of smites. And the different flavors of smites being involved with that. You wanted to be smart? Well, guess what? You walked into the wrong party, mate. See? Ooh. Damn it! Now I'm just now I have the theme of Go Go Power Rangers stuck in my head. Dearton, come on! Mwah! Cruel and unusual punishment. Cruel and unusual punishment. Not really, actually quite enjoyed that show as a child. And kind of is nice to go back and watch it time and time again, you know, just to be like, ah, yes, I used to be all about this. I used to have all the toys and stuff. I used to as well. But sadly, I was not of the keep it alive. I was the make it be dead levels of stuff. Ah, yes. Good timings. Good timings all. Alright. Okay, yeah, that's there. Oop. Gotta clean that up later. Gotta get the knuckle rims done. Alrighty, so... Oh, nope. Got that. Dang it. Sometimes these detail areas get very hard to paint. Oop, oop, oop. On the other hand, totally twisted T. Like crossbowman, long range broadswordman. A pacifist barbarian. Okay, how do you long range a broadsword? Like, is he like throwing it and have it be returning and come back? Like a crossbow meleeman. Okay. That is interesting. That's very interesting. Pacifist barbarian. Are we talking like that? Very interesting. A pacifist barbarian. I'm trying to think out how to run a pacifist barbarian, because it's like barbarian, Me beat shit.
This is kind of the thought process. Fruit smoothie. Hashtag not sponsored by Jamba Juice. Alright, so. Which one is closed fist? Which one is opening fist? I really shouldn't ask that question. I should know that question considering it all. Alright, so. Yep, there we go. Punchy punchy. Let us get on to it. Because now we get into more of the assembly. So, we'll dab here and here. Dab here and here. Alright. Now it comes to it. The grand and gloriousness of assembly of model number 1. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh! Shit. Ha ha ha! What is it? Toss something. Okay. Ah, there it is. Alright. Gases! Alright, there's cat hair. Alright, up and at him, Adamant. Let's try and get that there. Glue's kind of dried on this one. Okay. We'll put it back on its stand here eventually. Alright. And boop. There we go. Alright, as long as we wait for those to dry at the moment. Ugh, darn it. Applied just a bit too much pressure on that point. That's okay. We'll recover. Okay. I'm back here, Pinky. You have somebody to support again. Right. We'll be back to finish off number 1, considering he came off of his base. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work for now. We'll give them a break. We'll jump to number 2. Because he seems a little more up our alley to do. I do want to continue to do more on number 1, but I don't want to touch him. No offense to him. It's nothing personal. Alright. Get back to painting these glorious boys. Skin, but not. Alright, so. Yep. Let's get the green. The green is there. It's kind of oxidizing on the top of it. Because we haven't used it in a bit, so that's fine. Scrape a little bit off. Scrape off the top coat. Get ourselves the olive green we've been using. Alright, and a little extra dab will do us. Yeah. I've also, no, I don't only just paint Warhammer figurines. Oh, shit, fuck ass. I do paint some Dungeons and Dragons miniatures. Here's a little Elven Ranger I painted up. As you can see, a lot of green. A lot of green. Little Woodland Row. One of those little D&D models that comes primed for you to paint. Painted a couple of those for a Dungeons and Dragons campaign I was doing at the time. It's not bad. It's actually quite nice. A little break of the mold from the standard Warhammer stuff here. But this is my bread and butter. Well, I don't make any money off of it, but this is what I enjoy painting most. Because it's in the grim darkness of the far future. And I'm also kind of waiting to hear more on the fantasy, the old world. or Warhammer the Old World, as they're calling it, as I'm sure GW is just going to continue with the... that would seem like we have hit the top rung of this. Darren Cobb's work for the grand and gloriousness of the Hades original soundtrack. Now we're going to be moving on to Warhammer 40k Space Marine soundtrack, as the second one is en route and coming. Ha Alrighty. Just adding in our standard green. Already messed up a bit. Got some of the green onto the pants, which is quite cool. Alright. Go. Knee pads done, these side pads done, and added on the grandness and the gloriousness of it all. Alright. Go. A little more. See what's in store for the boys. As I know exactly what's in store for these gentlemen on the tabletop, as we are going into a 50 power level crusade on Tuesday, so they're going to go fight a good fight against who knows what to come from the 40k universe. Yes, I've heard some good things about the old world that is being set up earlier than what we currently have, so Karl Franz and some of the named characters aren't going to be involved, as they weren't born yet, so that's intriguing to me, and I find that it's hopefully going to be a nice lore. And going back to the fantasy, because I had just started getting into 40k itself, and yeah, I didn't, not 40k, I just started getting into Warhammer itself and the fantasy versions of it, and I just had gotten the big book, and they ended it. I was just about to buy my first fantasy army, and like, oh yeah, fantasy's stopped being printed. What? Fantasy's done with. They're moving on to Age of Sigmar, and I was like, what? Kind of made me grumpy for a little whiles, and so thus I stopped the fantasy, even though I already had the book, and I enjoyed it quite heavily. I wanted to experience the Warhammer Fantasy verse of playing it on the tabletop, but sadly never got into it. So with the old world coming back sometime this coming year, I'm excited. I am ecstatic and thrilled. All right. Once again, we're putting some more green on the girdle here, kind of the belt area that kind of is a gut plate to guard against attacks and what have you. Not bad. Could be a lot worse. And now it's just the same kind of, like, we're going to repeat the same thing that we did with the model numero uno, and just repeat the process, as this is kind of a serialized production for myself. Oh, I say serialized production, but it's one of those to where it's an army. They're kind of wearing the regimented colors of what's provided. They don't really have a choice in it. Which kind of says some things. Like, that'd be interesting if you had friggin' an armor, or for, like, in the military. Yes, you can either be the Digi camo, or you can be the blue camo, or the green camo, or, you know, you could customize your camo like you can on, like, Call of Duty or some shit. That'd actually be kind of interesting. If the standard cloak and whatnot, the militaries would allow it. I doubt they would, considering the implications of it, and the fact that they'd have to carry that much different types of camo. Be rather interesting, in my mind. Or it could be just like, yeah, no, it's never going to happen just because of the expense of it, which is probably the more realistic option. And that's why these gentlemen do not get to have their equipment or outfits changed. Unless, of course, you decided to be part of the Eldar faction and became part of the Harlequins. basically space counts that serve Sheogorath, the one of the last living Eldar gods,
Who is the laughing god who does not care?
and likes to have jokes and make sure everybody understands that he is the Grand Poobah of the Eldar, and nobody goes into his libraries unless he wants them to. Which is not a bad thing. Alright. Nice little touches. Taking our time. No need to rush. Because we're not Russian. Ha ha! Alright, poor punish joke out of the way. We can get back to our regular scheduled programming. But who doesn't enjoy a good pun now and again? I sure do. Yeah, nice. They're worthwhile to be added to a conversation. Oh, crossbow guy always hit people with a crossbow like it's a pickaxe. Okay, 1/4 chance. Bard. Oh. Now that would seem like it's Deerton. That seems like that would be a grand mess. Now if everybody's there, they ran a Dungeons and Dragons game with a odd assortment of characters. And I can imagine that being, as I've run a couple games, I used to run quite a few, but I had since stopped for a while. But to have those characters, because I personally prefer to play a lot more, so I'm willing to give the DM a break, but I'm not willing to get stuck in the forever DM situation. But running it, I could see as being absolute pandemonium, as having to deal with the characters. Now, I could see like a pacifist cleric just sitting there and casting the Sanctuary, where you have to make a will save to actually hit the guy, being fairly easy to do. But pacifist barbarian having to apologize for even touching somebody just a little bit too rough. Oh my. That, I think, would be a very intriguing setup. A very intriguing assortment of individuals to come across on the battlefield. We're going to get this one set up here, these edges. Oh, pardon. There we go. Alright. Not terrible looking. Yep, that's good. Alright. Moving back to our beautiful brown. In the downtown. Alright. So, a Mournfang brown. We're going in for the belt. I get the belt situation taken care of. We'll come back with some silver, which I think is plenty hidden there. We just got to crack it open as it has started to dry. Ah, a wondrous evening. Sit here, paint and chill. All right. Belt. Around. And work our magic. Oh. Anyone can paint. Anyone can be an artist. Ah, it seems I've forgotten a small chunk of the green belt. If I can do it, anyone can. No need to be absolute perfect. The pursuit of perfection will leave you tired at the end. Perfection is an ideal, it is the end of one. Pursue perfection is to pursue stagnation, in my mind. You can pursue getting better, Because then you have the option of never-ending greatness. You have the option of always becoming better, to strive better. And that's kind of what I do with these lovely little paints here. I strive to be better. Got another little bit of green here. Dab right in there. Good. Good, 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 good. There we go. This is why I like working with small little detail brushes. They are effective at what they do. Very nice, very effective. Alright. Working out pretty well. And we'll also get the brown downtown as well. Because this guy's wearing suspenders on his giant girder belt. Perfectly fine. Some people need to wear suspenders or those kind of things. Let themselves get a little larger than life. Alright, so we got this right here. Yep. And this. You've made it a full circle around back to his belt buckle. A good day indeed. Yes. Right. Alright. There. Now we go for his overalls. A wondrous addition to the team. Trying to avoid getting it on him in his flesh. The brown is not what we're going for. A little bit steep. There we just want to get. Not out of the way. Touched up on. It looks magnificent. As that is what everyone should strive to be. The most magnificent they can be in whatever endeavor they do. Especially all of you. Fantastic creatures of being. Alright. Coming down. Again. Here on the belt. Need a little bit more on the tip. Just sit there and get it going. Oh. Alright. Oh. We didn't get that side of it. Alright, well, that's fine. I got a little bit of what should be metal and steel as the brown. Okay, we still have the metal to go. The metallic to add to our situation. Not bad. Go. Alright. If you two are painting, do not worry about how it goes. If you mess up, okay, you can fix it. It is not the end of the world. If it were, well, it was nice knowing all of you. Because I would have ended the world 5 times over. Freya Pupper, what you up to? What you doing? Huh? Come over, say hi? Say hi to the nice people? Huh, yeah? Ah, there we go. Hi. Girl. Yeah, she just came back to get her daily dose of touchies. If you've been watching for the stream for now, how many times has Freya been over here? Because I believe it's been over like 4 or 5. That she's been over here to say hello. I'm here, love me, Papa. Perfect. Alright. That is looking pretty good with the suspenders. Now, we go to the flesh. Ooh, going to the flesh, yes. Oop. That's a little gobbity gubbard. Gotta get this kind of on here. And avoid some of this. it seems I forgot a little bit of a brown. Oopsie. That's okay. Why we have it. Why we can edit it in its own partition. Yep, that'll work. Alright. Back to the brown, the tan, the flesh color. All be good. Oh, shit. Un momento, por favor. I got too focused there. All right, so we're back at it once again. That was just my father saying he's coming back with my tiny tot. Well, he's not really tiny tot anymore. He's 8. God, he's grown up quick. Makes me feel old. But also, I'm pretty proud of him for what he's done. And he's 8. He's very, very smart child. All right, so we've got that there. Right, I know how to. But yes, so we're here working on some fantastic operations to get it going again. But yes, they're coming home. He spends the weekend over at Grandma and Grandpa's every other weekend. Quite nice that they're willing to take him so often. He thinks he's the favorite. They haven't said anything, but it's one of those where you can kind of tell. Then again, he is a few years older than his cousins. Kind of hard to tell. And it could easily be seen as nihilism on my part that he's the favorite of the grandparents. Could be. Well, I tend to keep that opinion to myself. Because he's just a good kid. And I don't know the minds of my mother or my father. I do not read their minds, and if I could, I wouldn't, because, oh gods, the implications are unsettling, to say the least. Alright, so that was... Alright. That's there. Good. Alright, so we've got those boys chilling there. We've got the flesh on there. The flesh is actually... Well, alright. Now we switch back to our metallics. Alright. There we are. We have laid the metallic bare. From what it once was. What it now is. Right here. Here it is. Ah! Yes, yes. Yes, you could call me that if you so desire to, Chris the Seasoned Gamer. Though there's potentially a long line of people for that title, more than just myself, but you want to call me the Bob Ross of Warhammer painting, that's perfectly fine. That is your opinion, and I will not deny you of it. Alright. You get in here, nice little detail brush to get the details in there. Yes. Remember, lads and lasses, do you. Because no one else is going to do you but you. They're all going to be, sadly, looking out for numero uno. And their numero uno is probably not who. Probably themselves. Which is not a bad thing, it's the human condition. As we are always kind of fighting the ancient old instincts of survival of the fittest. Yep. Alright. Alrighty there. And this here. Probably have to come back with touch-ups on the belt loops. Because of the brown and what have you. Fine. All going to work out in the end. Don't you worry. Do not worry. A little bit too much, but that's okay. Just put a dab-a-doo, dab-a-doo. Yep, there you go. That's actually not that bad. Alright, so this next time... That's a little bit much, so we'll have to come back with the Inkler, so might as well do that now. I probably should get that checked out. Ooh. Again, don't be afraid to get some on yourself. That's the way it is going to be. Alright. Gonna get some more silver, put that on the plate, as ours is doing just a little bit of drying out here. And just in case you all think I'm, potentially using something super fancy, no, I'm just using a Tupperware lid for all my paint stuff, for my push-out paints. You don't need to be fancy, just needs to work. Go. Alright, so that's not there. It's done. Perfecting. Alright. Perfect. Good. Good. Ah! Do I have a way of beating the devil out of a brush? Well, the beating the devil out of the brush. Well, simply put, take brush. No paint on it. Put some paint on it. Oh no, there's paint that I need to change it out on. Sit there, stick it in my water cup, and then just on the paper towel, get all of that water and that paint off of it, and boom, you have now cleansed the devil from your paintbrush. But honestly, it's not the devil, it's a demon. It's a painting demon. Dumped. Alright, there you go, you can see the top of my head. I dropped my paintbrush. Paint it off a bit. Make sure the daemons are off of it, and there we go. Back to getting some metallics on here. And back at it once more. Ah. Yes, you could say it's a demon of Zinch. Actually, no. It'd be this. This would probably fall into the realm of Slanesh. Not a demon of Zinch. Because this is in a kind of semi-suit of perfection. Which is perfectly fine. We're just working on this guy's spine. Ooh, that rhymed. Oh. There's that. A Slaneshi demon named Painta-Palloza. There we go. Alright. Brown Town. Time to go. To fix up some of the little knickknacks and messes we've made with our other paints. Do our little overalls here. Every little mess just shows us a little spot where we could put a little fix. It's not a problem. Because everyone can be Fix-It Felix. If you want to know who that is, look at the Wreck-It Ralph movies. You'll understand who Fix-It Felix is real quick. He's a dick who thinks he's the hero. Alright, so 28, 26, and 27. Very well.
That's 50. Yep, that's probably on this one. Right here. Alright. 28. Snippety snippety. Snippety swoopity. Swoopity snippety. And there we go. Got out a bit of the sprue. Because we have some work to do. Ah! Alright, and it was 28 and 7, I believe? Yeah, 7. Nope. There we go. Alright, they actually haven't split up that way. Got it. I got it now, boys. It's okay. Alright. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Getting some stuff. Alright, so that's broken off from there, which is not bad. This is where we might get into the sense of painting it on the sprue that I was talking about earlier. Is considering that we have that, the arms, and then the head to do left on this one. Which actually they want us to put on now. Okay, well, let's find 33. No, let's... Oh, well... You know what? That'll work. We'll choose number 34. 34? 34. For the head. Which is fine. Alright. We'll get the head on. Because, let's see. Okay, so it's still open. So it's not bad. Alright, that's okay. That works for me, sir. Usa misa. Misa disa. Oh. Alright. Just a little dab will do us. Alright. And yep, there we go. And we'll get to painting the head. Let's try it. Now, let's get the arm, which is... Which arm was it again? Show me, oh great thing. Arm number 26. 26 going once, going 26, 26, 26. There's 26. Going twice. Alright, so... Fleshy arm. Hammer bit, which, speaking of hammer bit, let's get that on there. It's proper position on Z hammer. Another one bites the dust. Square hole. Square hole. There we go. That'll work. So it's kind of got to work there. Yeah, you know what? Just snip it out all the way. We'll paint it as it comes and as it goes. Ah, awesome. Alright, so can this just... Oh, wow. Okay. So that's kind of cemented into place. Alright, that works. Get a little glue in here. I didn't know it would be that regimented. And to put in the placement, otherwise I would have put the arms on. Alright, so... Boom. Now, we're kind of assembled. All that's left is to take this bit and put these bits together, and boom, we can do some more painting. Yep, that'll... Alright, so gotta get my suit. Yep, just gotta get my scraper here. Please. Scrape off a bit of excess. Yeah, alright, let's move him back in. There we go. Excellent, it's working. We're getting models built and assembled. Makes me feel powerful.
Pardon me. Alright, and now it's bingo, bango, bongo. Alright, and now we hold it for a bit so it doesn't fall. This is what he's gonna look like when we're done. He isn't fully painted yet, but you know what? We kind of, it's a good thing that we didn't, because there's some bits and pieces here that would have been interfered with by him being attached and present. Alright. Bad. We'll place him over by number 1. Super fun. And now we are back on to number 3. Oh. Knuckle cracking. And back into... Yeah, okay, so we've lost a little bit of scrapey on the green. That is fine with me. Alright, so... Throw the green on the model, let's go. Got plenty of time. Keep working on these. So, what is the time? Oh, it is 7:56, and our stream tonight is going to be ending at 8 o'clock. Which is a little bit earlier than typically what we would do, because we usually run till 9 on the weekends. The reason why, as to why I'm not running it this way, and not going to 9, is I have to go back out to Baxter, Minnesota, which is, dear gods, is a 2.5 hour drive away, and I have to be there by 6 in the morning. Alright, starting at 7 in the morning, so I can kind of go later, but it's still a 2.5 hour drive, so that means I have to leave my house around 4:30 in the morning to get to the location in which we are going to be working. This is kind of the end bits of the stream. I'm still going to sit here and continue painting and chilling out here with you guys until it is the end times. And we're just going to kind of go down into my X-Zone spiel. If you guys haven't followed and are liking the content, please do follow. We don't primarily do just solely painting content as we have done this evening. I do all kinds of Warhammer content, both for fantasy and for 40k purposes. I play video games, and we do have Warhammer weekends here. And Wednesdays and Thursdays, once we get the Chiefdom going up to be big and bold, which the Chiefdom is, our Discord server, which, speaking of, at this very moment in time, let's go wander up over here to the Discord messaging. This is the Discord link if you care to join us if you already haven't. But if you've been sitting along and listening, please follow along with us. And so you can get updates onto when I am streaming. I update my stream schedules on Mondays. So tomorrow, after I'm back home from work, because I only have to go back up to Baxter for one day, we will be putting out the work schedule. Or not the work schedule, the stream schedule tomorrow, which there's going to be a spicy new addition into the game roster, as I had purchased a new game that has come out, which is quite the nice one, and it is more of the Warhammer 40k theming on it, which is not bad at all. But yes, if you've enjoyed, we will gladly do more of these paint-a-thons, these Painta-Palloozas, because I enjoy it, because I get to share, chit-chat, and show off my hobby, show off my skills. You guys can sit here and chat with me more easily than me on the game, because there are some points in the game to where I know I'm not the best at it, because I get quite distracted, to say the very least. But, ladies and gentlemen, I am Atlas Chief, and you all have been absolutely fantastic. Chris, the Seasoned Gamer, thank you for dropping by and chatting with me this evening. XDCC, thank you for dropping by and chatting as well. And Dearton, thank you for staying up as late as you have been to watch us do some painting and also the chit-chat and sharing your memorable events with Dungeons and Dragons and role-playing games. You all have been absolutely fantastic, which you gentlemen are. And with that said, until I see you in the next time, which we will be back on schedule for Wednesdays, ta-ta for now. Thank you for that, XD.